Good evening, you're watching News Mongolian World. I'm your host, Amir Kamat. And for top stories, Bayangol district joins the 1 billion trees campaign and 26,000 trees to be planted in Bayangol Park. Mongolia needs more electronic specialists. And President Khurelsukh meets with former Mongolian presidents. And for the news, stay tuned. Mongolian citizens and businesses are joining the national 1 billion trees campaign, including Bayangol district residents. Plans are in place to plant 26,000 trees on 3.5 hectares of Bayangol Park.
Bayangol district plans to create 26,000 hectares of green space. Trees will be planted in 4 locations this year, which will undergo eco-friendly landscaping. There will be 26,000 trees planted on 3.5 hectares in Bayangol Park, and about 7,000 elm, poplar, and larch trees planted in areas close to schools and kindergartens.
We want to create green spaces for children and parents living in Bayangol district. Last year we renovated the outdoor areas of 15 schools and kindergartens. This year we are conducting a baseline study to turn the yards of 14 schools and 13 kindergartens into green spaces. About 300 trees have been planted in Bayangol district. The Bayangol district's 1 billion trees campaign will continue for 10 days. We estimate that there are plans to establish a 3-kilometer strip of forest on days when planting is possible. Under this plan, we are working to plant about 10,000 trees.
Last year, more than 4,000 trees were planted in Bayangol Park. Experts say that it's important not only to plant trees, but to give them regular care to see results.
A tree needs to be planted and maintained for 3 consecutive years. It costs about 400,000 MNT per tree each year. This includes labor, irrigation, and maintenance costs. It's our job to take care of these trees, so we do it responsibly.
It's estimated that more than 70% of Mongolia's land has been affected by desertification. Everyone's participation is important to create a green environment and fight desertification.
The National University of Mongolia organized National Electronics and Programming Olympiads. Experts say there's a high demand of software and electronic specialists in Mongolia, but there aren't enough students studying in these fields. The organizers of the Olympiad believe it's important to pay attention to the proper training of electronic specialists.
The Electronics Olympiad was held after a 7-year break. This year's Olympiad was open to all students majoring in electronics, including students from Ulaanbaatar and technical and vocational training centers and universities in the provinces. There are few industries left that don't use electronic devices and tools, so there is a great demand for software and electronics professionals in Mongolia. One professor at the National University of Mongolia noted that electronics students are often recruited and offered jobs even before graduation. The 18th Electronics Olympiad is being organized in honor of Professor Damden Sorong, who made significant contributions to the training of electronic specialists at the National University of Mongolia. Regardless of the Olympiad, we always work to develop all of our students equally. That's why I think the participants are well prepared. Materials, laboratories, and other resources are essential for the training of electronic specialists. It's important to provide these resources to students in rural areas as well.
There is a great need for electronic professionals. It's also important to train very good specialists. If we can train skilled workers, young people will be more likely to choose this profession. If schools train poor professionals, choosing this profession would be meaningless.
52 students from 11 universities participated in National University of Mongolia's Programming Olympiad. The National University of Mongolia prepares 250 programming graduates a year, but market demand is much higher.
I think our country will develop if we can keep up with new technology solutions. So the National University of Mongolia understands the importance of this Olympiad.
The Programming Olympiad is an important way to improve students' knowledge, exchange experiences, and prepare talented students.
Here's the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Our next story, President of Mongolia Khurelsukh received former presidents of Mongolia and other news on Mongolia's current affairs.
On Monday, President Khurelsukh met with former presidents of Mongolia, Ochirbat, Baghband, Ighbayr, Ilbegdorj, and Battulak. They discussed the external and internal factors impacting Mongolia's socio-economic situation and other issues. It was agreed that a mechanism for cooperation and consultation between current and past presidents should be created under the National Security Council to address issues of national security, national unity, and foreign and domestic policy. On Monday, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Mukhching met with the newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Kazakhstan to Mongolia, Gabit Koshibayev, and received a copy of his credentials on behalf of the President of Mongolia. Deputy Minister Mukhching noted that friendly relations and cooperation between the two countries are expanding due to mutual effort. This year marks the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Kazakhstan, marking a new chapter for bilateral relations. Ambassador Koshibayev said he plans to strengthen bilateral relations and intensify cooperation in trade, the economy, culture, and humanitarian work. On May 5th, Nyamkhu Olymbayr, ambassador of Mongolia to France, met with Ridanda Baldrich, ambassador of Spain to France. It was noted that the 45th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Spain will be celebrated on July 5th. Ambassador Nyamkhu Olymbayr requested that a consultative meeting between the two countries' foreign affairs ministries be held to conclude agreements on air transport between Mongolia and Spain and visa exemptions for diplomatic and official passport holders. Ambassador Nyamkhu Olymbayr also spoke about Mongolia's current socio-economic conditions and opportunities to cooperate in the fight against climate change. Ambassador Baldrich confirmed Spain's commitment to expanding cooperation with Mongolia in all fields of mutual interest and expressed his full support for the Mongolian ambassador's proposals. On May 4th, Batsitsik, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Mongolia to the Republic of Colombia, presented her letter of credence to Ivan Duque Marquez, President of the Republic of Colombia. Ambassador Batsitsik conveyed greetings from President Khurelsukh and expressed her commitment to further developing friendly relations and cooperation between Mongolia and Colombia. President Marquez congratulated the ambassador on assuming her duties and wished her success in her endeavors.
Here's the weather forecast of world's major cities. Well, that's all for today, and thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.